Yo, what's going on? This is your boy Bright Boy Yorkie on Instagram, and you now tuned into Spiritual Hustle, where it's all about your mind, body, and your soul. And I want to let you know or make you aware we all have ancestors that follow us. We have spiritual guides, we have God, we have the universe that's always at our aid. And I want you to know, when you're going through rough times, sometimes you want to sit back, maybe take a good shower, take a good bath, get something to eat, relax yourself, light a candle, be by yourself, listen to some good music, and just tune into your thoughts. Listen, because most of the time, all the answers you need to know is right inside of you. You don't need to go out there, listen to other people who haven't done the work you have done on yourself and just confuse you and throw you off and misdirect you. So today's video, I want to let you know 5 signs that you have spiritual guides or ancestors or the universe is there to help you. Is the first one is you always have great ideas. I used to always think everybody think like me until I sat in a room, me being a music producer with other musicians or with other artists, and it's like I see how hard some people have to work. Where for me, it was fast. It was like when it came to creative ideas, or even when it comes to and I'm shooting music videos, ideas always come to me. I always seem to have the structure, always have ideas that flow to me easily. So if you a person that know you always have great ideas, cherish them ideas. And it's a saying that Prince said a long time ago. No, it was Michael Jackson. He said, anytime the universe or God send me an idea, I jump right on it. And he said, because if I don't do it, maybe the universe take that idea and give it to Prince, which I thought was a funny thing that Michael Jackson, rest in peace, said. But it's true. A lot of your great ideas, your ancestors, your spiritual guides is trying to help you. They know what you're going through on this planet, and we all need help. We all need assistance, and that's number one. If you find yourself with always having great ideas about your job, about life, helping others, that's a great sign that you're walking with some spiritual beings, that your ancestors is with you, your spiritual guides is with you, God and the universe is walking with you. Number two, you know when something's wrong deep down inside in your gut. Not that wrong where it's just morally, or in a sense you just be like, I know that's wrong. Like touching fire, it's wrong to do because you can burn yourself. But when you do something, where in the people's eyes, they don't even probably mark it as being wrong. But you shouldn't have done that. You know you shouldn't have been in that position to do what you just did. Even though you probably don't get arrested for it, it's probably no laws against it, human laws, but it's a universal law, and you're gonna pay the karma, and you're gonna pay for that daily. And one thing I like to say is I was talking to my aunt the other day, and which I found was great. In my lifetime, I always, after a certain amount of time, weed in my mind just became, once I became in my 30s, I was always wanting like signs from people, signs from myself. I used to smoke and feel bad, and I ain't know why the universe was trying to push me away from smoking weed. And then the other day, I spoke to my aunt, and she, I was speaking to her. I'm like, yeah, I remember when you was telling me you started smoking around 40 years old, and I was telling her I'm thinking about quitting, and she said, you gotta understand, man, our family have mental health problems. She told me one of my uncles went in the middle of the projects with a shotgun and blew his head off, and I personally know my mother suffered mental health issues, and my aunt committed suicide. So she said the mental health is something that's in consistently through our family. So I'm like, wow, maybe my ancestors knew something I didn't know, because that was new information to me. Like, wow, I didn't know that I had an uncle that blew his head off. You know what I'm saying? Then I ain't put it together. Mental health issues in our family. Like, I know a lot of the of people in my family that suffer from mental health, and let me tell you, small little things can trigger you to just go off the edge when you have mental health issues, and weed is one of them. So listen to your gut, you know what I'm saying? Because right now it's no legal. You can smoke weed, and I'm not saying for everybody, but if your gut is telling you stop drinking Pepsi, or stop waking up at a certain time, like with me, my spirit wakes me up at 5:30 in the morning when he used to wake me up at like 8, 9, and I had to ask myself like, what's going on? And like, it's time for me to be more productive with my daytime. And what I do now is either I get up, go to the gym an hour earlier, and from after the gym I go to church for they have a church service from 9 to 9:30, and then I start my day. And maybe that's what the universe was pushing me towards, to get more God, get the word of God in me, just become more positive and consistent with my faith, and working on my spirituality. So when you know something is right and wrong deep down inside of you, you know you got your spiritual guys working with you. You always, number 3, you always seem to manage to bounce out of serious situations. I could tell you one time I was driving on the LIE, Long Island Expressway in New York. If basically you're coming from Long Island trying to get back to the city, or you in the city trying to get to Long Island, and I was smoking, and I started to get tired because I was driving from the Bronx all the way to Patchogue, Long Island. That's like the end. Montauk is the end of Long Island. Patchogue is right there. So I'm driving. I didn't realize how long this ride was. All my friends was knocked out. I'm getting tired because they all sleep. And I decided to drive faster, like 120 miles an hour. And my car spun out of control. And I'm getting nervous. I'm getting scared. And then I heard this voice in the back of my head, clear as day, bro. It was like treated like a video game. So when I used to play a lot of car video games. So when I basically got behind the wheel, when I heard that treated like a video game, I calmed down, I got the wheel, and I started steering it and got it under control, and we was safe. The second time that happened is when I was young. I come from a very poor background. Both my parents was heroin addicts. And basically I would just be doing foolish things with my money. It was like just do foolish things. And I'll never forget one time I'm sitting in my grandmother's apartment, and my spirit was like, yo, you need to start doing things that they can't take away from you. And I didn't know. I'm 17 years old. Like, what does that mean? And basically it was stating that, it told me clear as day to go in the bathroom and open your mouth. I opened my mouth. It told me to get braces because one day I'm going to be speaking in front of people. I heard that clear as day, and I got braces. Next thing you know, a few years later, I started my own business, and I'm speaking in front of a lot of people every day. So, you always manage to bounce back out of serious situations. I've been in situations where my finances wasn't right, my friends wasn't right, knee deep in a porn situation and feeling like I can't stop, and I always seem to bounce back. You know what I'm saying? And I know those are my spiritual advisors and my God's guiding me. All right, number 4. You always seem to be at the right place at the right time. And this happened to me in Dominican Republic. One time I'm sitting, and me and my friends, we smoking inside the condo. And then I just get up and walk to the beach. And then I bump into this guy. He's like, yo, man, don't come out to DR looking for love, because I did the same thing. This lady took me for everything. I don't have nothing. I'm homeless. I'm messed up. And it was just like, damn, I was just falling in love with this Dominican chick over there. And she was trying to manipulate me. But I bumped into this guy who basically gave me the right information and what I needed to hear. But that's on that. But also, there's been times I bumped into celebrities. I bumped into people that created great opportunities for me. And just listening or just going with the flow, something to give you that idea, or you move and next thing you know, you next to somebody who can change your life. So a lot of the times that's the universe and your ancestors putting you on track, putting you on your purpose, So last but not least, number 5 is when you're going through a rough patch in your life, which I like to call transitional periods. you tend to always attract a new character in your life, a new person. You be like, damn, where this new person? Whether it's a new girlfriend, new boyfriend, a new friend, a new elderly person who with great wisdom. You may bump into somebody with a great YouTube page that's just enlightening you and giving you the right information. That's giving you great signs that you have spiritual guides, that the universe and your ancestors is working with you. I want y'all to know, like, this is spiritual hustle, where it's all about your mind, body, and your soul. And what's the difference? I want y'all to know that it's a spiritual world we live in. So if you're going through problems, listen, the universe is here to help you out. And that's the purpose of this video, to let you know you have spiritual guides, you have your ancestors, you have God, you have the universe, you have the angels on your side, you know? Just to know that you should be confident, you should try to tune into your intuition more, and that's the way to go. This is your boy, Bright Boy Yorkie. I'm out of here. Peace.